guys, Brandon Spillane here from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about exercise called the heels elevated kettlebell hamburger belt squat. Okay, for this exercise, you are going to want a belt squat machine of some kind. We've got the Pit Shark, but any belt squat machine will really work for this. And a way to elevate your heels, you can buy the individual rams from like Prime. We don't have those individual ones. We just use 2x4s for this particular exercise. But a way to elevate your heels will help you with this exercise. And it's really going to help you light up your quads. And then you're going to want a kettlebell. You can use a dumbbell if you really want to, but because of this position, I really highly recommend a kettlebell. And so to cover the hamburger position, when we hold the kettlebell, we actually want the kettlebell to be up here, like if we were actually going to go take a bite of a hamburger. So we don't want to hold it upside down like this. We actually want to hold it here, make sure our elbows are shot forward, and then that's going to open up our backside. We're going to feel a little bit of serratus, and what that's going to do is give us more space to be able to squat, create that opening. So we're going to use that position to our advantage along with the belt squat and heels elevated to improve our depth on our squat and our overall hip mobility. So I'm going to put the belt on here, and then I'm going to actually line this up more towards the front of the machine. So if you have a belt squat, you would want this in setting 1 or setting 2 from the actual front. But otherwise, if you have just a regular like cable driven system, then just scoot a little bit closer towards the machine, so that way you're a little bit more vertical. You don't want to be too far away from the center. And then once you're in position here, bring the kettlebell up to your face level, and essentially we're just perform our goblet squat down to around 90 degrees and then stand up strong. So we want to make sure we're at least hitting depth on this, because by manipulating all these variables, you should be able to stay nice and tall, vertical, should feel lots of quads, and then we're good. You can put your kettlebell wherever you want, re-rack. So as I mentioned, this is a way to improve your mobility on your squat, stay more vertical, and hammer your quads. We're just going to use this as a way to load it. With the belt squat, I think you would add load as needed on the belt squat. The kettlebell for this position doesn't need to be heavy. Obviously, you're holding in this position, so it's automatically going to limit the load a little bit just by the weight you're holding up by your chest. You're not going to be able to hold a 100-pound kettlebell like this. So just a feedback mechanism to be able to let you improve that pattern. This is a great exercise for your accessory work after you've done your main squat exercises for the day. We also use it with personal training clients as their main squat exercise for the day. So it really just depends on where you're trying to drive at. So if you're really just using this as an accessory exercise to build your squat, again, just program it as such. If you're using this as your main movement for your personal training clients, then you're going to make sure that the load is going to be dictated where they need it by being able to load this here. So the one benefit of this compared to just a regular hamburger based position is that we can load it through the belt squat, which is why I really like this. So my recommendation is if you're using this as an accessory exercise, 2 to 4 sets of 8 to 15 repetitions is pretty good. You can use different tempos and things like that to really hammer your quads. If you're using this as a primary movement for like a personal training client or to improve your squat pattern just in general for the average person, then again, 2 to 4 sets of anywhere from probably 8 to 12 reps is going to be your sweet spot. Again, I don't like to go too crazy heavy on this. You certainly could go down to like some 6s if you really wanted to, but the goal here is just to improve that squat pattern. So if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section below. Thanks. Have a great day.